It's a little bit funky, but a little bit touchy. It's a little bit left because I'm now in train.
Okay, everybody, we have to make a very slight detour. We were on World 5, but in between episodes, I realized, why haven't we run into that one particular, a famous cutscene with the all toast? Yeah, that one. Where did that go? Shouldn't we have found that by now? It's in the thumbnail of the video, for God's sake. And apparently, back in World 2, there was a specific thing we needed to do to trigger that cutscene, and we didn't do it. Because I, like all normal people, assumed that all of the cutscenes were, progress triggered and not event triggered, but that one particular cutscene, that one, there's a special thing you have to do, so we're gonna have to go back and do it.
Shoot me with a gun, shoot me with a gun, shoot me with a gun, shoot me with a gun. Plug me full of holes, blow my ass away from this earth, riddle me with bullets, assassinate me with a 30 cal revolver. Shoot me with a gun, shoot me with a gun, shoot me with a gun, shoot me with a gun.
Okay, here it is, everybody, the room with the thing that we need. We need to keep an eye out for a door that has electricity coming out of it. It's gonna be a veritable Where's Waldo looking for the electrified door. Ha ha ha, I'm gonna electrify on my roommate's door. Oh, goodness. But yes, like any normal person, the first time I saw the electrical door back in episode 2 or 3, I forget which, I would have assumed it was dangerous. Oh, there it is. Go, Mario, go.
Haha, here's the problem. Too many toasters. You know what they say, all toasters toast toast.
He said it! He said it!
And with that out of the way, it's back to our regularly scheduled programming. I can't for the life of me figure out why they felt the need to put a Seinfeld bass riff on the end of that cutscene. It was already ridiculous enough, and then it's really just the fucking cherry on top. They gotta add a bup-a-da-bup. Seinfeld would have still been on the air when this game came out, too. That would have been a pretty timely thing to do, actually. Gosh, it's all just so ridiculous. This whole thing, honestly. So here's a question for you, the slovenly viewer watching this at your house. What would you say is the worst Mario game ever made? There is this, obviously, but there are other competitors in that field, you know. We've got Mario is Missing, we've got Mario's Time Machine. If you want to count like fan-made Flash games and stuff, that really widens the field. Goodness me, there are so many awful Flash games. There were like those click-and-play games you could make back in like 2002 or whatever. I just remember back in the school computer lab when I was a kid, it was in the early days of the internet, and the teachers hadn't figured out that you need to put blockers on the computers to stop the kids from looking at bad stuff. Anyway, somebody at the school computer lab found a Flash game where Mario had like a shotgun and he was blowing the heads off of the Koopas. It's like, Jesus Christ. Talk about a different time. Well, I guess things aren't that different now. I mean, you got all those tablet kids looking at God knows what. 10 years ago there was all that weird Spider-Man, Elsa, Minions type stuff. I don't know what that's evolved into now. So this level's got bullet bills in it, by the way. If I were a funny man in a comment section on the internet, I would say, bullets everywhere, what is this, America? And then all my fellow funny people on the internet would see my comment and they would give me all of the orange arrows. And for a moment we could forget about the pain and misery of life. The orange arrows make it feel all better. The opiate of the people. Stalin once said orange arrows are the opiate of the people. Did you guys watch The Death of Stalin on Hulu last year? Good movie, I must say. New lists, blap! Funny stuff. I think one of the Monty Python guys directed that, actually. Anywho, so if you've been listening to the background music, you might have noticed there's an unusual choice that they made with the music for this level. One of the instruments they're using, it's what we in the business call a Moog synthesizer. You specifically gotta listen for that part that goes yeah, that was like one of the first synthesizers they ever made in the 1970s, and it's in all kinds of experimental electronic projects once you go looking for it. It's like the Wilhelm scream. It's one of those things where once you notice it, you can just point it out in all kinds of different media. It's like, there it is. It's the Moog once again. I guess most famously it was used in the album Plantasia by Mort Garson. It was an album that was given to people for free in mattress stores in the 70s. Very good album, by the way. That for years that wasn't available on YouTube, but then in 2016 somebody finally uploaded it. And thank goodness, I'm glad that got preserved. That is some quality music. Anyway, so at the time of recording, Halloween's getting kind of close, so that's something. You got any big Halloween plans, viewer? I certainly don't, because I don't get invited to stuff, but you might. You gonna have like a Super Mario costume you're gonna wear? Gonna dress up as Hotel Mario for specificity? How would people even differentiate that? Would you take like a normal Mario costume and then like try to saturate the colors so it's like the same tone as the cutscenes? And then also have him look slightly wrong? I do not think people would get that. People would just think it was a regular Mario costume that looks really shitty. Just expecting people in general to get pop culture references is always kind of an uphill battle. You know what I mean? Okay, it just clicked for me. Here's how you can have a Hotel Mario Halloween costume and have it be identifiable versus regular Mario. What you gotta do is you gotta get one of those speakers that's built into your shirt, and you can program it to say stuff, and specifically fill it with quotes from the cutscenes from Hotel Mario, so people will look at you and think, oh, that's just a guy dressed as Mario, and then they come talk to you and you press a little button, and you say like, I hope she made lots of spaghetti, and they'll say, doesn't Luigi say that quote and not Mario? But yeah, still, I get what you're going for. It's Hotel Mario. What a novel concept. You have a Halloween costume based on a failed video game on a failed game system from 1994. We're glad we invited you to this party. Yes, sirree. Or maybe they won't be that mean-spirited about it, I don't know. I just assume that people are going to be mean-spirited in every situation. Just based on lived experiences, let's call them. Once people get the idea in their mind that you're a funny guy, it's like all bets are off and they can just do whatever the fuck they want to you and it'll get a funny reaction out of you, you know? It's like you can just be sitting at the school's computer lab and somebody will sneak up behind you and just smack you on the back of the head and, wow, it's so funny how he was startled by me sneaking up behind him and smacking him on the back of the head. You can just do whatever the fuck you want to him. Yeah, not a good position to be in life. Being a funny guy is very much a double-edged sword. Yep. When did they start doing 2 clouds to try and obscure our vision instead of just 1, by the way? It seems like the pattern of them changes as well. It used to be they would follow you, but now they're acting like a screensaver logo, or a DVD screensaver logo where they just kind of bounce around whenever they hit a corner. Well, right now they're following me, see? What is the pattern? There's actually a secret door hidden in this world somewhere, where if you go in it, it'll actually blow the clouds away, which makes the level marginally easier, because you can actually see. As you can imagine, it's very easy to, well, not very easy, but at least mildly easier to complete this when you can actually see what's going on.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain. A baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain. The school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain. The prisons make you wonder where it went.
Okay, almost got it. I'd say I'm doing pretty good considering all the extra shit the developers are putting on the screen. How forward-thinking of them to know about Chocolate Rain in 1994.